appreciate all you guys did through that storm. Fiscal Officer Todd?
Okay, approve the minutes for the December 8th, 2022 trustees meeting.
Second.
How you
Motion.
doing?
No, I'm sorry.
Yes, just motion.
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer.
Yes.
George.
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Approve the minutes for the December 19th, 2022 special meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer.
Yes.
George.
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Number 6, approve payment to Ohio Billing for November and December monthly charges in the amount of $1,971 and $1,836 for a total of $3,807.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer.
Yes.
George.
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Number 7, approve assessment for the 8018 Hebron Avenue, Louisville, Ohio parcel number 33-03979 for the removal of vegetation, garbage, refuge, and other debris, and to be assessed by the Stark County Auditor in the amount of $550 plus fees of $250 for a total of $800.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer.
Yes.
George.
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Number 8, approve MS4 payment to Stark Soil and Water Conservation District in the amount of $3,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, voting.
Jennifer.
Yes.
George.
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Number 9, authorize the fiscal officer to transfer within a fund to allow for minor budgetary adjustments and issuing of POs between meetings.
Would that be, real quick Todd, would that be, and then you would bring it to the meeting afterwards, or this would cover that?
Yeah. This somehow was not on, it's not on a normal beginning of the year meeting.
Oh, it wasn't on
It wasn't on, so we just
We
put
didn't
it
have
on.
one
for
last
that.
year either.
the, okay,
We didn't pass it last year.
Yeah, it's up to you if you wanna do it, it's
it's just easier to get
it's
it done.
easier for everybody.
Is it,
Yeah.
does it have anything to do with the $3,500 limit? Or is this?
Yeah, I mean, the department head still can't spend over $3,500.
This has nothing to do with that.
No.
Can you give us a report of what's transferred?
Yeah, we do, it's on all the, like, your weekly report that you
report
get, all the
summaries.
POs that are
Okay,
open.
I didn't think
Yeah.
it's-
Okay.
No, I
This
meant
is
the
like,
transfer.
What's that?
Is there a report for the transfer?
Well, yeah, I mean, basically there would be a report for the transfer, but Brian did this, I think, back when they were transferring money between, and Sandy, you were around for that. But I think it's when they were doing Star, Ohio and the different ones where they would transfer
Oh,
money
the
back and
accounts, okay.
forth.
We
Like
really
that.
had to save accounts, just
Yeah.
had to do.
Yeah, UAN does have a report where you can just print off any, all transfers and it'll show what it was in and where it went to. And
Yeah.
you can
If
do
you
that
just
for
get that,
any.
that'd be great.
Okay, well,
Okay, so with the report.
Yeah. Motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer.
Yes.
George.
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
that's all I have.
Thanks, Todd. Okay, Ronald Salisbury, you're up.
Well, you know why I'm here. I'm not a greedy person, and I hate greed. The school system's the greediest element around. Now, these 11 properties were either traded or sold, where's the money? For number one, nobody knows the exact. Then they come back for this levy again, which is gonna become a permanent levy. You know, for one, as a 100% disabled combat veteran on a fixed income, greed hurts me. That school system's big enough that they should have enough money and manage what they're doing. I have no use for them anymore. I know people that got kids that can't write, can't count change, can't read hardly, some of them. Not only the school, others. The kids don't get the kind of education I believe that they need for the money that they get. When they have a strike or anything else, or a budget problem, them teachers and that staff won't give back one penny to help yourself, but they'll take it from me. Take it for them. I'm tired of the greed. I have no use for the school system, like I told you, especially after that last strike. Teachers standing out in front of the school with signs after 19 days, taking donations to help pay my bills. Well, I can see why kids can't count at Burger King. I'm serious. When a teacher has to stand out asking for money just in a 19-day strike, there's a problem. Personally, I hope the next one happens in the dead of winter, 9 months like the steel workers stood out there, then they might understand what freezing your butt off and taking from other people feels like. I will never vote for another levy, and anybody I convince not to vote for a levy, and if I had any more kids, they would never enter this school. Because the only time, like I said, the kids suffer when the teachers want money. I won't vote for no levies.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Nancy Kraus. I guess we probably should state our name and then our address. Yeah, please.
Nancy Kraus, 7506 Bentler Avenue Northeast. I know I've been gone for about a year and a half, but I've been driving around the township a lot. Nothing has changed since I've been gone. Just like the house over there on Plum that we complained about, well, the lady came in here and complained about what was next door to her. Nothing's changed there. And then property on Pilot Knob, that one house that has all that, garbage around it, and cars and trash. I have pictures of it, and I know you guys have seen it. Do you wanna see the pictures?
We need the address.
Yeah, if you give me the address,
Right.
I don't
I'll check
have it.
on.
I don't know the address off the top of my head, cause I went back there today to get it, but it was I couldn't see.
Yeah,
And, also, I will never vote for the school levy ever again either. I mean, I did at first, but I never had kids in school, so I'm not gonna vote for it. So, that's all I really have to say. Thanks.
thanks, Nancy.
Good to see you back, Nancy.
Yep.
Donna Fuller.
I'm Donna Fuller from 5857 Rosedale. The reason I'm here tonight, I have to be honest with you, I looked up the newspapers. I keep them. You know, I keep a file about everything. And the paper has no new library. That's how the library got the last vote through. Well, you know, there's not a half-truth, 3/4 of a truth. It's the truth or not the truth. They talk to you like they're a car dealer. You know? And that's the way I'm beginning to feel. And now I pick up the newspaper, oh, we're gonna have a new library. But it's gonna be over at Metzger Park. All right, my big question is, who's gonna pay for the building of this new library? It's gonna be you. Surprise. We don't have that kind of money. I'm a senior citizen. I have like a budget that I live on. And I think we all ought to learn that the school and the library needs to work on their budget. They sold Fairhope. I called and asked, well, where did the money go? Well, you know, the man him-hummed around really honestly with me and told me it's in some fund. Well, he acted like it was a fund that you and I might have. It is like a just-in-case fund. That's what I got out of the conversation. Homeowners don't have that. We don't have those little, you know, bank accounts where just in case something comes up, we need it. We don't have those. And with the school, I'm kind of concerned because it says it's a 3.8 levy. And it's only gonna be only, they always use the word only. $133 on a home that is $100,000. Well, I would like you to ride through my neighborhood and tell me where you can find a home that is just $100,000 home, because I don't see them. Where are these homes? Where they come up for this is, you know what it's called? Remember when you were a kid and daddy gave you, cause you was really good and you did your homework and you were real good, he gave you that lollipop that had inside the Tootsie Roll? That was wonderful. Well, they're like telling us, here's a house. It's only $100,000. If they can show me 10 of them, I'll give them credit. Show me 10 of them. It's only gonna be $133,000. And I'll be happy because I wanna see it. They're not out there. We are being made fools of. Pick up today's Louisville Herald. Read the library story and read the story about the school levy. You're all gonna come home and say, oh, I'm not voting for this. Because it's a bunch of bull. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. And we need to look out for ourselves. We're homeowners. We don't need anybody making a fool out of us. Go out there and vote no. My husband, he's gone, and he wrote 3 letters. And I want to tell you, when he said enough is enough, that meant something to a lot of people. And I think we ought to tell them now, that's it. You find your money someplace else. It isn't working with me. It isn't working. Go home, read the paper, and think twice. I ask you to do so.
When would the election be? Is it May, is there a May election for this?
I think the school's gonna run in May, they're running a special election.
May
Special
2nd.
election in May.
Yeah.
May
Now,
second.
I read the Herald today.
Mhm.
They did change it from a permanent, which it was last time, a permanent,
Continuing
a
the,
continuous levy.
Uh-huh.
And this time it's supposed to be, it's a 5-year, 2028, so it's to be a 5-year, or a 4-year, it starts in 2024.
Right,
And it says no new money, but that's what I read, that's what I got from the article, but
yeah,
it's replacing the one that expires.
uh-huh.
is it
But
still
it's also
assessing the
emergency.
properties after 2013?
It does.
Go back in there.
See, I don't know that it will assess new properties, that's what I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But anyway, thanks for,
A higher rate for properties after that date.
Right.
thanks for coming
Thanks,
in.
honest.
All right, on to zoning, Jeff?
Number 10, resolution accept the January 12th, 2023 zoning report.
motion to approve?
Second,
Motion and second voting?
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
11, accept the December 2022 monthly audit report.
Motion to approve?
second,
Motion and second voting?
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
yes.
And number 12, resolution, we need to talk about what kind of fee you want on our conditional
What's it at now?
0.
No, we don't have a conditional use.
We
Oh,
waived
we
it
waived it
for
for
COVID
COVID.
in the next
Oh,
year.
that's right.
I think it was 50, wasn't it?
Yes, it was 50.
It's 50.
Um,
Now, have we taken other rates up though since then, Jeff? Permit rates, were there some others that we had inched up a little bit to keep competitive with the other townships?
Yes, we have.
We've
Yeah, I
inched
thought we
everything
did,
up.
didn't we?
And there was
Yeah,
some we thought about
fences.
going higher.
Now that, was that Jeff?
Some of them we thought about going a little bit higher too.
The one that's 50, did you do anybody in our area that we would be close to, that if we would lift that to a $75 fee? Or a $60 fee, or do we have any idea?
Well, I think that, like on an average, it depends on what you're doing. That's why I did the one where you had it like at 50 and the other one would be at 75. So it's kind of like, you don't get like an one set right across the board. So I seen them as high as 125.
I make a motion to keep it at $50.
Second?
Motion and a second, motion and a second, please voting?
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes,
Don?
Yes.
so it'll be a $50 for additional use, you know.
Then we have 134454 Eastland Avenue Northeast, that was that arson.
Yeah.
And the investigator did call me up, Kenneth Wright called me up. He said he has all the information he needs to go ahead, and his recommendation was contact the owner to have the building taken down.
So I did make a phone call to the owner about the insurance payment that he received, and we emailed the insurance company, we haven't received that, really no response since.
No response, and I called him twice. I called him, was it early this week, Monday or Tuesday, and I gave the guy another call today and asked him to respond to me today, and no response. That's the insurance agent.
Yeah, I left messages for the homeowner as well, so I
You
don't.
mind if I ask a question about
Yes.
that? Is it the original owner or the guy that bid and bought
I think it's the original owner, I don't believe it's transferred.
it?
I don't believe
I
it.
knew it wasn't transferred
Yeah,
before that.
yeah,
I'm just
right,
curious.
right.
Thank you.
And they did, but they paid out, the insurance to him, they were supposed to pay us a percentage of that insurance fee, and they didn't, so they went against Ohio Revised Code, so now we're trying to track it backwards a little bit,
To get the money to tear
to
it
get the
down.
money to tear it
That's
down.
totally fair.
Right, right, so,
I can look into what kind of legal recourse we have
Yeah.
and use that, call the guy or email the guy and let him know that, because, my original conversation with the insurance agent was that he sent the money to the owner and he contacted the owner. I kinda told him the Ohio Revised Code says we're entitled to the money, nothing else.
percentage of the money, right?
Right, and, I kinda said, well, I'll let it go, see what happens, and, it's, as far as the Ohio Revised Code is concerned, they don't care where we sent the money to, we still are entitled to our money.
Right, right, exactly.
Same thing happened on Paris, 8717,
Mhm.
and they got the money, and Hope, who's a prosecutor, sent a letter to him. And she said, I'm gonna send it to him, I don't think anything's gonna happen, and nothing.
Right.
And that bothers me.
Right.
Well, we're ready to roll on that one too.
Yes, we're ready to go.
Okay.
I know you won't tell me, but did they find who burned it?
I don't think so.
We're still looking.
Yeah, I don't know, I haven't heard anything on mine.
Prosecutor said, if you got any ideas, let him, or the investigator.
Discussion on, 6411 Georgetown Road, clarification, explanation of junkyard zoning definition.
Got some stuff I found today, very interesting. We could go into the old zoning books, and anything that hasn't been changed, it's probably still, we could still use it. So I went back to 1975, it was like our first book, and we had what they call, these are definitions. Automobile wrecking yard, the use of more than 25 square feet of your land, building, structure used for purpose of wrecking, dismantling, or storing for private or commercial use, any discarded motor vehicle. So I looked the other one, discarded motor vehicle, to see what they meant by it. It was any inoperable motor propelled vehicle or accessory to the same, which is in the process of being wrecked, dismantled, or stored, and which does not have a license thereon, which is valid or valid not more than 6 months. And I looked for discarded and what it meant. I actually pulled this over and if he went out and bought it, that means that the individual that originally owned it, it was a discarded vehicle. There was no use for it. So if he doesn't have plates on it, you can actually say they're still discarded, it's a thing on there. And, the junkyard, this is interesting too, is the use of more than 25 square feet of land. And it goes down through there, and our 1975 book has a lot of, things written down there, used lumber, but it says that like a motor vehicle, anything stored can't be stored longer than 15 days.
Yeah.
So we have a time limit, and then we could say if there's no plates on it, it's still considered a discarded vehicle. So, but our 4513 code 60 through 61, you have to contact the sheriff if there's no plates on, because they are the ones to arrange for the removal and where the vehicle will be. So we went through that one in Georgetown, and we had the health department go out there, and John sent me all the paperwork for it. He said, yes, Jeff, we went out there, there was nothing on the ground, the guy's pretty neat and clean. And I took a look at the vehicles from the field, and they were still good, it looked like they were just making them, getting ready for maybe a used car lot. But if it doesn't have the plates on it, then they're still considered a discarded vehicle. Okay, but we have to get the sheriff department involved to go out there. But it states in there, by the code, the sheriff arranges for removal of the vehicle and puts it where.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with you a little bit.
Well, this is code, I'm not making this.
No, I know that, but I think you're going at maybe a different way, where I'm saying if he's running a business, in-home business, without the proper zoning for that business in that area.
Well, I'm not just looking at his,
No, I know.
I'm looking at,
Right.
yeah, we have several.
Would it be because he's technically running a junkyard, like get under that?
There's cars everywhere. Like,
Cars
if you get a chance to drive by it,
Yeah.
it is mud, there's cars everywhere, and it's, the neighbors, and I get it, I completely get it. So, it's something needs to be done. And I know Jim Matthews, who's not here this evening, has run through this with his township on multiple things, so I'd like to get him involved in that, and, moving forward and see what he has to say, and then
Right.
We need to
Cars
get
have always
proceed.
been the conundrum.
they're in and out,
I know.
banging and tearing them up is what the neighbors have said.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, all the
seizing
time.
up
Yeah,
and
yeah.
moving them,
Yeah, it's
we
all
always
that.
hit the, we can
Yeah.
take down the building, but we seem to can't, we
Yeah.
stumble on the
I'd like
wires.
to put
Where do you
this-
put the cars at once you take them?
I'd like to put this on the agenda for next time too, would you please? This address,
Jim should be here, yeah.
Jim will be here.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thanks, Jeff.
Yep.
Make a motion to, adding, the link for the Stark County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery to the township website.
So moved.
Second,
Motion and second, voting please?
Jennifer,
yes.
George,
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Make a motion, if it's okay with you guys, to, add Rome Marinelli to Stark Soil and Water letter to the Nimishillen website.
That's a very good idea.
He wants to
yes.
mail those, did you read?
Yeah, he's got a mail on
So
that.
we're
I think it'd
okay
be
to
nice.
give him the approval
Oh,
to mail
yeah.
and post?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear, I said.
Yeah,
Well, I wanted to bring him to meeting just to
Sure.
make sure it's real,
Yeah.
but I'm in agreement
What
with that.
got that going is last fall, we got that, I got a call or email from that lady over there on
Like,
Langton. So I talked to Rome and he wrote just a single letter to that gentleman,
Okay,
you know, about, okay, get this cleaned up. Because there is some higher rise code that the county can go back on. So as that, when I was talking to Rome about that, he says, I'm gonna work on something to get out to everybody if you guys are okay with that. I said, yeah, please do.
perfect.
So yeah, I think that's great to put on the
Yeah,
website.
post on the website so we have it there.
Do you have a copy of the letters, Ian?
I do not,
Okay, I'll send it to you.
thank you.
And then I'll let Rome know he's free to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
post, send it out to the neighbors, yeah.
You got a second?
A motion and second, voting?
Jennifer,
yes.
George,
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
And then we have on there Ohio Revised Code section 2744.021B and C.
That's the,
Issue
the
with
fire, you know, the fire
Insurance.
issues and the, immunity clause in that. I did make a few phone calls today. I talked to the owner, the Mandy Evans, and, she doesn't like it, but she's not overly, you know, upset. And I said, and I also did talk to the, underwriter who, Ryan Keefe, and he said, it's kind of funny, that name's not very popular, but there's another one. He was gonna talk to supervisor, since we had a little bit of an issue with, not an issue, but the drivers went to another address, and that's where the damage occurred. It wasn't the address it was called to, so they're gonna look back into that, hopefully we can get that part taken care of. But, I'm gonna do a little bit more research on this. As I said, I did talk to, Carly, who used to be our insurance agent with Assured Partnership, and she said that they had that clause also in there.
The school's the same way, if this bus hits something, it's
Yes.
the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
Or if we're going through Plain Township and they hit us, you know, you had said, George, if we get hit here, it's just about anywhere, if we get hit.
so if I'm driving in Plain Township and an ambulance comes flying by and I get over, but they still clip me,
I did
my
ask.
insurance has to pay for it.
Yes.
Right.
Now, some are doing, and this is something we might have brought in a work session, I'd like Jim to be here for this, is to say, okay, well, the township take care of deductible. But is that something that we should, you know, entertain, or is it something we're opening a can of worms?
See, that's, if you said, it's a mixed bag, 'cause I feel we're responsible, we should pay for that, however, once you start that, you set a precedence, and if you get a, you know,
Yeah,
so
and
I
Jim
think
would
we
be
have
a
to
good
follow
guy.
the law.
And maybe
Yeah.
we should ask around to
Yeah.
Plain and,
Amen,
Yeah.
your brother.
yeah, see what some of the other
She
ones.
was there, and, there are 12 other townships that go through Otoroma County out of 17. So there's quite a few of them.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. I only have one more thing before we adjourn. There's some, money out there for expanding broadband in Ohio. Is there anywhere in Nimishillen Township that anybody knows of that we don't have internet in our township?
We have trouble out our way,
You have,
yeah.
you have a Spectrum or you have
No, I actually have radio frequency through a company called Lightspeed, where they have a.
Off a tower.
Off a thing, and then another thing, and they actually just came out today because we're losing the
Sure.
frequency, but it's been a problem in our area.
Okay, so there's some money out there from Ohio and from the federal, they want that broadband expanded,
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
pandemics and everything else, you know, so you can work from home if you have to, so there might be some money there for us, I don't know if you wanna look into it,
Sure.
since you don't have it out there. I have Spectrum, so I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's anything out, your guys' way, everybody's got high speed there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I
The
have
further east you go.
direct,
Direct TV,
yeah.
Okay.
North
Usually
44 is real bad.
North of
Yeah.
44.
Yeah, up that
Yeah,
way,
up in the
State
country.
Street.
It'd be nice maybe if we could
Whole
do something,
area.
get some federal money there, maybe push it around, I don't know, just something to look into, I think.
A lot of the cellular companies are starting to do it with 5G as well, so
Yeah,
it's expanding that way.
yeah, just have unlimited through your phone and link it up to your home.
Well, it's a home internet, you
Okay.
get your own router for home internet.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, motion to adjourn, need a second, please?
Second.
Motion to second voting?
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, have a good
Thank
evening.
you.
Here.
Oh.